For our new assignment, after watching Kane's Arcade and answering those questions, many of you may have realized that we will be creating our own arcade games. So, what I want to do today is look at some different games for you to start searching through. You're going to go through the design process with this by sketching out thumbnails, and that's what you'll be submitting to me this week is a set of 20, no, not 20, let's keep this simple, a set of 10 thumbnails and a rough comp of what that finished arcade game will look like. A couple of things. I don't. If you guys remember the video. If you don't, go back and watch it some more. But in the video, you'll notice that his games were more carnival style games. So I went and searched arcade games, and that was giving me stuff like Apple's arcade subscription service and Google's Arcadia and iPads and stuff like that. But when I was a kid, we would eat at a pizza place in Orem, and they had Pong, and it was this table top that you sat at, and it had these two wheels here, or balls that you would roll, and that's how you would control it. I remember seeing a lot of these ones as well. This was back in the 80s. Here is somebody's cheap knockoff of how to turn your iPad into an arcade game. So disgusting. I remember also playing Tank, where it was just simple green and black screen, and you had mountains, things like that. We also played one that was ski over at my cousin's house, and it was a regular arcade game, and it was just a stick figure skiing down the hill, and you were dodging trees in a slalom. And of course the classic Pac-Man. Right? Now you can try, I have no problem with you taking a traditional arcade game such as Pong and reimagining it as something that you can play in the style that we're doing it, without having to worry about some kind of a computer interface, so that it becomes more interactive and, of course, analog, manual, however you want to say it. Street Fighter probably not going to work that well, or any type of a racing game. But you know, with some kind of a ski shoot game, that would be fun. Here's a baseball pinball game. A pinball machine would be way awesome if you can figure out how to make it. My neighbor had a pinball machine, and I remember as a 8-year-old kid we used to go and break into their house when they weren't home and play it. I know I'm divulging all my deep dark secrets. This looks like a urinal with joysticks. That's weird. Okay, an old ski ball, just like they have over at Jorgensen's. The other one, of course, pool tables, but those aren't really arcade games. Here's a fishing game. Whack-a-mole is another good one. So you can see, just searching arcade games, it doesn't give you a whole lot. So I searched traditional carnival arcade games. All right, so here we have basically Dance Revolution game. Here we have a knock down the clowns. And we've got our little things here. I'm sure you got little balls and you got to knock them down and you win your tickets. Hey, here's a pinball machine. Here's kind of a whack-a-mole, only this is whack-a-clown. Or how hard can you hit? This is, not sure, you're throwing balls into something. Another pinball machine. Not sure what those are. These are, it's like whack-a-mole, only it's these hippopotamuses or something. Hippopotami, is that the plural term? Anyways, as they come out and you whack them, kind of like in Hungry Hungry Hippos. You've got carnival cups, space warp. I'm not sure how you would do that. Let's see. There's some skee balls, some how strong are you type things. Here you are knocking down soda bottles. Not sure what that is. There is the classic whack-a-mole. I don't know if they still have it, but Lagoon used to have a couple of whack-a-moles right there on the corner when you first come in to the entrance. Okay, there's somebody's elaborate homemade arcade game. This one looks like you're shooting balls into these holes here. There's the claw grab. Okay, tossing into cups. Gold fishing. I don't know how you would do that. There's the basketball hoop game, like Jorgensen's has. Here you've got, looks like a gun, and you're shooting targets down. So I want you to come up with 10 ideas. Now, these are quick ideas. You need to remember that with a thumbnail sketch, you're drawing out good and bad ideas. 10 ideas, you might only have 1 or 2 that are good, and the rest of it's going to be mediocre to horrific. Okay? I'm not asking you to figure out the details of how it would work. You're just going to do a thumbnail. Now, there's a very popular game played among designers called Crazy 8s, and I know a couple of you have done this with me in the past. Because I'm not there in the classroom with you guys, we can't do this formally, but my challenge to you would be to play Crazy 8s. Basically, you take a piece of office paper and you fold it into 8s. So fold it in half, then fold it in half again and half again. Unfold it all, and you've got 8 little rectangles. Then you're going to get your phone out, set a 30-second timer, start it, and you have 30 seconds to draw in that first square whatever your idea is. Okay? The first 2, 3 are really easy because those ideas are fresh. You've already been playing around with those ideas. Then after that, it starts getting a little bit more challenging because 30 seconds obviously isn't very much time, and you're having to brainstorm in 30 seconds something that's new. So you take stuff that you've already done, you combine ideas, you manipulate previous ideas, you take things away, you add things to, but you're changing around those ideas, or you're coming up with fresh new ideas. You do that for 10 different ones. Now, the reason it's called Crazy Eights is because it's 8 pieces, or 8 squares or rectangles on a piece of paper, but you can easily do that for 10, obviously. Once you have your 10 ideas, what I want you to do then is start talking with people. Now, if you're relegated to your home, you don't have a job, and you don't get out much, that's fine. Talk with parents, guardians, siblings, the postman when he shows up. Keep your 6-foot distance, and ask them of their opinion. You know, what was your favorite arcade game? Look online at ideas. You can be looking online before you do your thumbnails and after, and I would recommend doing both, so that you can refine your favorite idea and start sketching out your rough comp for it. Okay, so this week you will submit a photograph of your 10 thumbnails and a photograph of your rough comp. Make sure that the image is well lit so that I can easily see what you've drawn. If you have to, edit the photo in your phone or whatever app with whatever app you're using, so that I can easily see the drawing. Okay, I think that'll be enough to keep you busy for the week. Next week, of course, is spring break, so I would encourage you to go through and submit any assignments that you haven't submitted yet, either this week or next week. Hint, hint, do it this week and you don't have to worry about it for next week. And let's get on top of these grades. I will be going through this week and next, putting in grades, updating them fully. So if you are missing work, those will be zeros, unfortunately. Of course, you can change that by going in and doing the assignment, but until I see the work, I won't be able to give you a grade, and you guys know how that works. Okay, contact me if you have any questions. Good luck, and we'll talk to you later.